I'm going to give you a quick overview of NextCloud. And NextCloud is a bit like Google Drive, if you think of it like that. It has other features as well, but I'll talk about those as we go along. First of all, I'm in Bradley's East London, northwest London house at the moment, and I'm going to find my G0GCQ lounge. And if you can't see G0GCQ lounge, which is up here, you can go to any of mine. Those of you that are contacting me through the router, you'll see this first, so you could click on that. But as we can see, oh, that's G0PHO's lounge. So let's go to this one. So you're on my main router. As before, you go on to mesh status. When you're on mesh status, you then go and see whether you can find the lounge. There it is, G0GCQ lounge. You don't have to click on that router because you can see the service that it's offering to the right is G0GCQ Next. You can't see NextCloud because that is hiding it, and it's just a bit off screen. But anyway, that's you can click on that directly. Now, it's probably going to go straight into the program. It might not ask for my username and password because I've been on it all day. There we are, so it's just jumped straight in. So normally you would have a blue screen in front of that, and it would say username, password, as any other piece of kit would have. So and you would put that in. There's also a registration bit underneath. There is a set on the left here that you'll see on that registration page that includes Google Mail and various other bits and pieces. I suggest you don't try that. You're welcome to try it, but I haven't found anyone found that works very well. But you're welcome to try it. But underneath the username and password there is a register, the register page, which you click on in order to register to join. If you have any difficulties, G0GCQ at yahoo.co.uk will get to me. That's one of my public email addresses. So, because it's afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Set location for weather, you can do that. It doesn't recognise my location for some reason. I might tweak that, but at the moment, give it a go. You have different panels, depends on how you set this up. I've got 3 panels: recommended files, talk mentions, and important mail. I am going to change that for reasons that become apparent shortly. Okay, let's look at the top left. That's the main logo for NextCloud. It also, if you click on it, will get you back to this page. This page happens to be the dashboard. You can see it's the dashboard because it's the one in white. So if I do that, you see that's in white and all the others are in grey at the moment. That's the dashboard. Let's look at the files. This is the strength of the system as far as I'm concerned at this moment in time. So we click on files. As I say, it's a bit like Google Drive, so it's pretty straightforward on how to use it, but I'll give you a quick run over. All files, recent files, any favourites you might choose, what have you shared with, any tags you want to put on there, how much space we've used, settings. Okay, so let's have a look at the files. Okie doke, we've got documents, ham radio, NextCloud, photos, talk, and an AREDN Mesh PDF. Now when you log in, this is pertinent to you. This is how you set it up. This is for your eyes only, to quote James Bond, and nobody else is going to be able to look in there unless you share the folder or file. To do that, you click on this bit that says shared. So if I wanted to share NextCloud info, I would click on that shape there, the less than sign, and I would click on it. I'm going to click on the one below because I want to add somebody else to this. In fact, I want to add more than one person, but I'm going to do one person now. So I'm going to click on it, and up comes, let me just lower this down a bit, and up comes a link, and you can see that I've already shared it with Colin. So I'm just going to click on there, and it will give me the names I already have on my system. So let's assume that I want Dave to be shared in this. I click on Dave. I can send a link to someone, as you can see, but I just like to do it like this, and it will just chunter through, and in a moment it will put Dave's name up here, and they'll be there, and then it'll be shared to them. And what happens then? There we are. Look, so we've got Dave, who's online at the moment because he's got the green dot. There's Colin, he's not online at the moment. Let me just close that down. So on Dave's, he will see now a folder marked photos with an A there in front of the shared, because I'm logged in as admin. See, I'm logged in as admin, so he will know who shared that with him. So if your name is Fred and you're logged in and you've shared that folder, he will see an F, and when he clicks on it he'll know who that is. So that's how you share a folder or an individual file. Okay, I've already shared that one. In fact, that was shared to me by Dave. There we are, look. So that's what I mean. Now Dave's added a photo to his, so I get the photo and I can see who shared it. Get the idea? Okay, but otherwise you can add a folder or you can upload a file. Now because I'm having trouble with HTTPS, nothing's working right with it, to be frank. I've spent over 20 hours on it and I'm getting nowhere fast. We can't run the document spreadsheet presentation. It's like OpenOffice. We can't run that at the moment. So I'm sorry about that, but believe me, I have been trying. But new folder and upload file, straightforward. Let's have a look in ham radio. I've got about 1.6 gigabyte on here at the moment, I think. AREDN Mesh. So we've got my article Mesh from scratch, and we've got the PDF on it. We can go here, and we can look in radio manuals and flyers, and we can look at, let's say, Kenwood, and there are quite a few manuals in there. Not all of them yet, but there's a good few of them, as you can see. Anyway, there we are. I can go back to the ham radio folder. I can go back to all the folders by clicking on there. You get the idea, folks, here. And if you go down to settings, you can see show rich workspaces, show recommendations, and that's where it is, which is the server. Okay, so let's just come out of there, and we can see some deleted files. These are the files that you will find when you first join, which I didn't need. Okay, so I don't think there are any surprises there, folks. Let's go on to the next one. This will speed up a little bit now because it's obviously all running on the same principle. So here's the photos, obviously taking a moment or two. There we are. And I've added my own photos. You saw the deleted ones I did earlier. So these are my photos. So for example, that's my portable HF kit, that's my G90 in there, and that's my portable APRS kit. Both are on separate YouTube videos. I can go over to here. I can look at a video which is NextCloud, how to use it. I'm going to zip past that, and if I go here you can see my 6-meter loop. There it is up there on top. Lockdown means I don't go very far. There, so you get the idea. So that's my golf cart lithium oxide battery, very light. I use 450D for 6-meter portable use in that case. So you know, so that's the photos. And here we've got activity. What is the activity? What's been happening lately? Who's done what? What have I done? And you can see I've shared the photos with Dave just now. Before I did it with Colin, I renamed MobileLink TNC20C to makes it easier. So you can see what's been occurring. Here, Talk does not work properly at the moment. It needs HTTPS. It looks like it works, but it doesn't. It needs, if I click on there, let's see, I'll show you. Just so you don't get confused when you click on it and say, why is that not working? It needs to be set up as HTTPS, and I'm afraid I've had great difficulty, so I can't start a video call. Okay, I tried it, I tested, look, 1250, and by 1250 it didn't work. So that's one thing that doesn't work. The other thing that doesn't work very well is mail, but I suggest you don't use this for mail. I use Citadel for mail, which is also another video on there. It's on my system. And contacts, well, I've already shown you some of the contacts, and that will come up. That's just the same as any other system as far as contacts are concerned. Okay, so there we are. Okay, and a calendar. Again, I don't use this as a calendar. I use Citadel for that sort of office work. So I mainly, well, I do totally at this moment in time. This will work, by the way, the calendar, so you can use it. I use it for files, which includes photos. And if it, so, as I say, if you just think of this as Google Drive, but on the mesh for amateurs, away from Google, then that's probably the best way to look at it. Okay, guys, that is an overview of what it is. I will now log out, and you'll see the beginning page. Username or email, login, forgot password. It's not giving me a new one to fill in because it knows who I am. But you would have register at the bottom there and some suggestions how to register on the left there. As I say, any problems, g0gcq@yahoo.co.uk. Give it a go, enjoy, have fun. Cheers.